Let's talk about building an amazing and very profitable online business over the next 3 months. My name is Steph Perez, and I am that girl that's obsessed with helping you get to $10,000 months inside of your business. But what's honestly more important is helping you to build a freedom-based business that allows you to be able to do more of what you want to do now, not later, but now. And so in today's video, we are going to talk about how, if you decide to commit and do the work and focus on the right things, how over the next 3 months, you can build a business that just might surprise you as a very strong foundation and even get yourself into profit status. I believe you could be wildly profitable over the next 3 months. When I got started with my very first online business, I was able to get into profit status within my first 30 days. So I do know what is possible. I do know what it takes, and I know where you need to focus. And that is what I want to break down and share it with you today. So the very first thing you have to make up your mind around is, first off, make a decision that you are ready to embark on this journey, that you really do want to grow a business of your own, and that you want to be making money as quickly as possible. And I mean, like, really, really decide upon this. Not something that would be nice to have, not something you want to do because you just hate your job so much. I mean, if that's a motivating factor all by itself, that's going to get you committed and taking action, then fantastic. But I just believe, and I know from my own experience, like, you have to really, really want this. And that was me when I first got started as a complete newbie. Is I really wanted to make this my new way of life. I think more than anything, I wanted to prove to myself that I could actually be a success as an entrepreneur. And so I was just willing to do like whatever it took to get myself out there and to really begin making a go of this. And so not only do you need to start off with a strong decision and be committed, decide that you're going to be committed and that you're going to decide to learn whatever you have to learn, that you're going to overcome whatever obstacles or hurdles come your way, and that you're really, really here for it. And again, for me, I wanted this to be my new way of life. It was never something that I was just dipping my toe in the water around. Like, I really wanted this to be the thing that could replace my nursing income and allow me to make some really, really good money for me and my family. And I was able to make that a reality, right? And so you have to be willing to do the work. And I think one of the first things you've got to throw out of your mind is that you're trying something, or that you're putting any kind of time stipulation around it. Those were things I just simply did not do. I never once told myself that I was trying this out for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, or that I was going to attempt this and see how it worked out. And if this didn't work out, I would explore something else. No, like, I was just committed to making money online, right? My new way of life. And that came with a lot of trial and error. It came with a lot of mistakes along the way. Like, it came with a lot. And so even though I did have initial success, like right out the gate by getting my business into profit status within my first 30 days, I've been in this game for 17 years. And so there's been a lot of trial and error. There's been a lot of mistakes. There have been a lot of things that I wish I would not have done, but I'm here to tell you that I was able to make this my new way of life. And I just want to show up every single day to inspire and empower, if I can, just one more person to decide to really go for this. And I don't want to just hype you up. I really want to shed light and draw attention to the factors that you want to pay attention to help you really make a go of this. And so not only do you have to decide, but you've got to be committed. Like, before you may even buy into the outcome. Like, you might not even know how all of this is going to pan out for you, but you've got to be committed. And I think you've got to recommit every single day. And then you've got to be willing to do the work. We do not get what we hope for or what we wish for. We get what we work for. And in being an entrepreneur and someone that's been, like, for lack of better words, writing her own check for like 14 years now, I'm telling you, one of the biggest lessons that I've learned is that at all times, every single day, no matter what the outcome is that you desire, you will only get what you actually work for, what you prepare for, what you put in motion. And that's what I want to help you be able to do. All right. The next thing, you have to make up your mind that you're going to be committed to getting seen. This is the internet. And while it may seem like you can just build a website or build a funnel or create a digital store, and as long as you have items on there to sell, that's enough, I'm here to tell you that's not the way business works at all. Almost all of the traffic that's being generated over to digital stores, websites, funnels, and products being sold, that traffic is being generated by the business owner. The business owner is deciding to do videos on YouTube or do reels or do posts or run ads. The business owner is deciding to get their business visible, right, on a daily basis. The more visibility that you can create in your business, the greater the opportunity for actually making sales. And as a brand new person, right, you really need to understand that if in the next 3 months, if you do want to build something amazing where you see a lot of potential in, and like this needs to be your primary focus. So you're going to do some things initially to get your business set up, but those are things that you will do and that you won't have to worry about for likely a very, very long time. But then we drop into like your job description, for lack of better words, right? There are going to be things that you've got to commit to on a daily and a weekly, a routine basis in order to grow your business. So again, let's go back to me being brand new, because that's likely where you are right now. I was working full-time as a nurse, married, 2 small kids. There were a lot of other things, right, going on in my life outside of just working and deciding to build a business. But the reason I did get in profit status so quickly and why I really got a great jump on my business as a complete newbie is that I committed to doing the work and getting visible. So literally every single day I was on YouTube driving traffic from my YouTube channel, which had no audience. I was brand new, but I was driving traffic from my YouTube channel right over to that product that I was selling. And that's how I was able to make my very first sale on day number 3. And then the next sale, I was in profit status. And if I were to go back and to look at my records, I think my next sale came like on day 4 or day number 5. But then I made 28 sales in my first 30 days. So the one thing I want you to know if you're newer to my channel is that yes, I am long-winded, but I'm passionate about what it is that I do. And not only do I want to leave people better and more inspired about this journey, but I want people to have like their expectations set properly around what it really does take. And so if anything, I'm very thorough also in what I share. And I'm never going to share something that I have not experienced, that I have not done, or that I have no knowledge around. More often than not, I'm sharing with you exactly how I've been able to create results in my own business. And so like clearly, yes, no, I'm no longer working as a nurse. I've been an independent earner for, like I said, 14 years now. And I earn 6 figures a year. And so I'm only going to share the things that I know have worked for me and even other people that I have helped to get their businesses up and running and get into profit status. And many have gone on to walk away from their jobs and earn a lot of money for themselves, right? I'm always going to share, right, what I know is working in hopes to help you in getting a fast start as well and to help you in minimizing your learning and also your earning curve. And so I think one of the things that you've got to bring into this is just for a moment, ask yourself, like, do I believe I can be profitable in 3 months? That's 90 days. So do you think if you did commit to something as simple as like, yeah, I'm going to make sure that I'm doing something every single day to create visibility in my business so that more people on a daily basis, they know that my business exists. They know that my products can be an option for them to buy. I believe if you can make a commitment that simple, then I believe before 90 days, you could be wildly profitable inside of your business. And especially if you decide to rock the business model that I not only rock for myself, but that I mentor a lot of people through, because it's just the faster way to get started. And we'll talk about all of that in this video. And it's exactly how I got my start so many years ago without having to start from scratch. So if you're taking notes, take notes on that. All right, so there are only a couple of things that you absolutely need to have in place in order to start your business and get it to a place where it's consistently making you money. You've broken even and now you're into profit status. So we are agreed, right? That's what our focus is to build a really great foundation for sustainability to get us into profit status. But let's also talk about making really good money. So there were just some things that when I got started, I simply did not know. And in my first 30 days, even though I did break even, I got into profit status and I made 28 sales. I was selling a $5 product. And so when you do the math around 28 sales times $5, you're talking about $140. Again, I was working full time as a nurse. And what that success did for me when I was first getting started is it like locked me in that I could do this, that I could set myself up online and that people that did not know me would buy from me. That I could do a simple video on YouTube and people would find that video and go on to buy from me, someone they completely did not know. And so at that phase for me, it wasn't about the money. It was more about confidence. But also at that phase, I didn't have a whole lot of great mentorship or advice around any of this. I had just gotten started with something that felt really, really good and easy for me to start with. Well, as I started building my business, people did come along and they're like, Steph, you could be making so much more money. And what they allowed me to understand and realize is that the work would always be the same, essentially. And so what happened was about 120 days into my business, I decided to level up my business. And I put myself in position to sell something that was priced at $150. And let's just do the math around that for a second so you see the big difference. And then I have a fun story to tell you about that as well. So you do the math. 28 sales times $150 is now $4,200. And what I can tell you with everything in me when I look back is that the work that I did during my first 30 days to generate those 28 sales at $5 a pop, I would have done that exact same work had I been positioned to earn $150 per sale. And I believe with everything in me, even if I did not make those 28 sales, I would have still earned far more just because of positioning. Right? And so this is one of those instances where when you know better, you can make better decisions and essentially you can do better. Now, this is what I remember so vividly about the very first $150 sale that I made. I was coming home from work, right? Again, working full time as a nurse. And I remember someone had emailed me while I was at work. And when I got home, I decided to respond to that person. And they simply asked me, I see that you're selling two things, one for $5, one for $150. Right? Which way would you suggest that I get started? And after understanding more about what they wanted, clearly I pointed them in the direction, right, of the opportunity that was $150. As soon as we were done with that conversation, they went ahead and they purchased. And when that $150 sale came through, like I saw it in my email, I vividly remember thinking, oh my gosh, I'm done for the day. Because in my mind, in order to make $150 selling a $5 product, I would have needed to have sold or made 30 sales. And in this instance, I'm like, what would have taken me 30 sales took me one. And on top of working as a nurse today, I just made $150. So that really locked me in on the importance of making sure that you are always positioned to earn what you desire to earn. Anyone can break even at any dollar amount. But when you're doing the work in your business, like what do you want the payoff to actually be? And so if we are talking about building a strong foundation for sustainability, we're talking about getting into profit status, because trust me, there are a lot of people that do not get into profit status so quickly in their business. But I'm telling you, with the right information and the right work ethic, you absolutely can. And I'm not telling you anything that I have not been able to do for myself time and time again. But what's also really important is to have the outcome have meaning for you, right? And so when I leveled up my business and I was in position to make more per transaction, like that's when things really began to make an impact for my family, where we went from having like no savings to just being able to toss hundreds and thousands of dollars right into savings, right? Like we had a savings fund. We were able to start vacationing. Like we had options. And I wish that I would have listened to people a lot earlier on in my business. And I'm talking about just within like my first 60 days, right? Because again, it would have just set me up again for more money faster in my business. And that's what I want more people to realize, right? Like when they're getting started in this way. Let's build a strong foundation by making sure that we really understand what this is all about. And it's not just about like, what can I afford to get into? No, what's the outcome that you desire, right? Let's work for and position yourself for the outcome that you desire. All right. So always remember, the work is going to be the same. The positioning is what is different. And you want to make sure that when you're starting your business, that you're very intentional, right, about the kind of outcome that you desire for yourself. Again, it's just like if you had two jobs that you could accept, and one was paying you $10 an hour and the other was paying you $40 an hour. And you're like, but wait, I'm going to be doing the same work for both. But maybe the one that's paying you $40 an hour, you've got to go out there. Maybe you've got to buy a certain kind of clothing. Would you say, I'm going to take the $10 an hour job because they're going to provide my uniform, right? That's such a short-term way of looking at it, right? Where the other way of looking at it is, okay, I'll go out there and drop maybe a couple $100s on some fits, right? But I'm going to make so much more with my first paycheck, right? I'm going to make so much more. Like you're able to see the bigger picture. And I think oftentimes in business, like people are way more concerned over like what the initial outlay may be, versus what is the outcome that you want and how fast can you set yourself up to actually experience that outcome. And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit more. All right. Now, what I want you to understand that when it comes to setting up your business and deciding to sell something, and we're talking about pricing, is that people will always pay for what they want. All right. So if people want something and your business is set up to deliver that to them, people will pay for what they want, and they will pay the price, right, that you're actually asking. All right. Now, this is the key. Write this down. So not only will people pay for what they want, but people will pay a premium for something that will help them get what they want faster. Now, that was a lesson that when I learned that in my business, it allowed me to make a heck of a lot more money. How can I not just help people get what they want, but how can I help them get what they want faster with maybe even an element of more certainty, right? Because when someone wants something, not only are they willing to invest in it, but if they know they can get it faster, guess what? They'll actually pay a premium for it. And that just makes it easier for you to be able to sell, right? And to be able to earn what you want to earn for yourself. So like as an example, my business right now, I not only help people learn what it takes to start a business, but I give people done for you elements that help them start their business faster, right? It helps them get into profit status. It's faster. It helps them make money faster because I've taken away a lot of the guesswork. Instead of having to start from an idea and having to like flesh it all out and try to materialize everything from an idea, I'm able to help someone that not only has an idea, right, but is very, very inspired by the idea of not having to start from scratch, allowing it to be a bit easier, and kind of having like a franchise approach to starting a business. Like, why do we think people start franchises? Why do people invest hundreds of thousands of dollars into franchises? It's because it's not about their idea. It's about profitability, and it's about getting into money and making a lot of money, right? Faster, and also with what? An element of certainty, because they're selling something that's already proven. It's already a brand. People are already buying from it. They're buying someone else's idea. They're buying someone else's legwork. They're buying someone else's success, right? They're buying into something, right, that's already proven to work. And so it allows them to get the outcome that they want faster. Now, I want to go a little bit deeper on this with you because, again, the more that we know, the better that we can do. And I want to help you make good decisions, right? So that you're never wasting your time or your energy or heck, even your money. What's also really, really important, especially with the day and age that we're in right now, is that you want whatever it is that you're selling to be very inspiring to the audience that you want to sell to. So again, knowing all that I know now, if somebody were offering me a business and they were trying to sell me on the idea that, oh my gosh, it's only $5 to get started, but in my mind, I know that I can only make $5 when I sold the product, that's not inspiring to me. When I consider the work that I've got to put into it and that when I make a sale, it's only $5, that in itself, right, not inspiring to me. And so like when I look at my own business, the reason I'm like really like harping on this is because I have a business where my ideal buyers are people that want to build a freedom-based business. If they can make a sale a day that equals $15,000 a month, that's meaningful for them. That's impactful for them. That's inspiring for them, right? And so I've set my business up very intentionally to not focus on an audience that's looking like, how do I start a business the cheapest way versus how do I start a business that's going to give me the greater gains, that's going to help me get the outcome, right, that I really desire, right? So again, there are so many ways that you can look at not just starting your business, right, but how you're going to position it, right, to help you make money. And again, when you can get these elements set up properly right from the beginning, again, it's going to help you not only get your money back faster, but get into profit status faster and help you make the money that you really desire. And these are things that typically when people are brand new to getting started, right, they don't think about these things. They think more about themselves. Right? Again, oh, I can start a business for $5, say less. But they're not thinking about the things that I'm breaking down to you right now. And this is what I experience in my own business. When people come across my content, it is not uncommon for someone to watch one video and then decide to invest, $500 into themselves, right? To get a business set up. Again, a franchise-like business set up that they don't have to start from scratch. And a lot of people make these kind of decisions, right? Because again, they're like, okay, I'm going to get this set up and then I'll be in position to earn $500 every single time I share this business with other people, right? And they too want to be a part of it. Right? Again, for all of the right reasons. And I'll share some of that towards the end of this video. But that factor of attractiveness is so important to helping you in making more money, right? So you actually get to work less and you're focused more on positioning. And leverage, right? And again, premium, like these things, they just help you, right? Go faster in your business in terms of earning more, right? Again, at a faster rate. And I just believe that over the next 3 months, if you get intentional around these things and you do focus on positioning, that why can't you make $10,000 over the next 90 days? More than doable. Again, if you're taking in everything that's being shared in this video. All right, let's talk about getting started and the only 4 things you need. The very first thing you need is a product that is already selling. Just so you know, you've heard me talk about the done-for-you business model. This model is super, super hot. And the reason it's hot is because it's built for speed. It allows someone to be able to start a business without having to rely upon their idea and then trying to flesh it all out. Instead, it gives people everything that they need. It gives them a high-in-demand digital product they can begin selling. It gives them the sales system. It gives them everything that they need so they don't have to start from scratch. And literally, if something is built for speed, it helps you get into profit and start making money a lot faster as well. Again, I know this from experience, which is why after all of my years of being online, right, I come back to this kind of business model because again, my desire is to help way more people start building freedom-based businesses that allow them to enjoy more of life now and not have to build towards something 3 to 5 years down the road. Instead, let's start building now, making money now, experiencing the kind of life we want now, and knowing that we're building something that can be sustainable. All right. So the very first thing that you need, again, is a digital product or a product, right, that is already out there selling, that's already been sold by other people. You do not want to start from scratch if you want a fast start. The second thing that you need is a very simple sales system, right? Mine, as an example down below, is exactly that. It allows you to build an email list and it allows you to make sales. All right. That system right down there, again, it's a part of my business model. All of my customers get that exact same sales system. And so many of my customers have their sales system set up within a single weekend. All right. Once you get that set up, you are positioned to have a $500 product or offer that you can begin selling. The third thing that you need is a social media platform because that is where you're going to get in front of an existing audience. You do not need to build your own audience when you're getting started before you start making your first sale, right? All you need is an audience of the platform that you choose. So whether it's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, right? There are billions of users on each and every one of these platforms that are already spending anywhere between 40 minutes to 60 plus minutes a day. Your audience is already out there. This means your buyers are already out there. They just don't know about you yet. So instead of thinking that you've got to go out there and bug family and friends or build an audience before you can make your first sale, no. You can decide to get out there on one of these platforms and again, leverage the audience of people that are already out there. Again, each and every one of your buyers, they're already out there. So let's say that you do decide, right, to embrace this business model. You do decide to come on as one of my customers and one of my members, and your position to earn $500 per sale. And you do want to make $10,000 over the next 3 months. That's what, 20 customers? Your 20 customers are already out there. That's wild, right? So like, even though you're not in business right now, the 20 customers that can support the $10,000 that you want to earn, they're already out there. There are 20 people that will watch your videos, watch your reels, read your posts, that will decide to become your customer. Again, if you can trust this process, right, it can work for you. And I prove this time and time again as brand new people discover my videos for the first time and decide to buy from me. Right? Again, I'm just proving that the playing field really is level, right? Again, if you'll just do the work, commit to visibility, people can learn, right, that your business is an option and decide to buy from you. So I want you to really like just sit there for a moment and let that sink in. That if you want to earn $10,000 over the next 90 days as an example, those 20 customers are already out there with the desire to want to learn how to make money online, with the desire of wanting to learn how to become job optional, with the desire to want to learn how to create discretionary income, right? With the desire to want to learn how to become their own boss babe, all the things, right? They're already out there. Your business right now just is not an option for them. But when you get set up and then you commit to getting visible, your business now becomes an option, right? And those customers can now buy from you. And the final thing that you need in order to create this visibility on your chosen social media platform. And by the way, you only need to choose one platform. You do not need to exhaust yourself thinking that you've got to be on all of the platforms. And actually inside of my training, inside of my community, I teach you exactly how to maximize your time, right? And the space on your chosen platform so that the platform actually works in overdrive for you, right? So there is a way to work smarter and not harder, right? To create the visibility needed to help you in making money. And the final thing that you need is to create a daily method, again, to get you seen and to help you in making sales. When I first got started, my daily method was as simple as doing a video almost every day on YouTube. That's all that I did. Worked full time as a nurse, came home, and between my downtime and my days off, right, I created videos. And again, about 30 videos in 30 days, 28 sales. Like, just do the math. Like, go figure, right? So again, I never share anything that has not already worked for me or is not currently working for me, right? Because I do want to shorten the learning curve and I want to help more people get into the money faster. And I just want to throw in there, your daily method is really important to your overall success. Again, it's the work that you're going to commit to in order to get visible and for people to know that your business is a thing. It's how you direct traffic over to that thing that you are selling. Well, inside of my Done For You business system, I actually have a program that will help you with your daily method. So after you've picked your platform, you might not know what to do on a daily basis to begin getting visible, right? There are so many things that we can do on all of these various platforms. When you've chosen your platform, you can log into my program and you can get help on exactly what to do, whether it's content idea, post ideas, all of the things. You do not have to leave even your daily method to chance. And again, because I know how important this is, I've made sure that a brand new person will never have the excuse of not knowing what to post or not knowing what to do. That's why I love my business model. It's why I love my actual business. And I love being able to leverage YouTube as a way of helping to bring awareness, like such a business actually exists. Such a way of learning how to make money online actually exists. All right. And so I'm going to drop my information down below if you do want to learn more. What you're going to discover inside of this particular model is that we are a learn and earn community, which means we set you up to learn the business of online business, of digital marketing, essentially how to start making money online, and that we set you up to earn immediately as well. So you don't have to create your own product. You don't have to figure out what you want to sell. Like, we give you a ready-made business that you can dive into immediately, get set up immediately, right? Learn the basics of how to get out there and to start marketing and selling, right? And positioning you to be able to make $500 every single time someone decides to buy from you. So you get the training, you get the initial training, you get deep dive digital marketing training, you get ongoing training, you get weekly mentorship and support that you can show up to, ask questions, right? Be supported, get guided, like never feel like you're in this all by yourself. You get the license to resell all of this for 100% profits, right? So again, you're in business for yourself, not all by yourself, and you don't have to start any of this from scratch, right? You get updates, again, no additional cost. You really are a part of something that's designed to help you learn what it takes to get set up, step-by-step instructions to help you in setting up your business, which again, like I said, so many of my customers are getting their businesses set up in a single weekend in position to be able to have a product that pays them $500, right? So again, I've basically taken like all the lessons that I've learned over the years, and I've brought the best to help more people get a faster start in their business. So I hope that you have found value in this video. Whatever stood out in the title or the thumbnail that got your attention, I hope that I have provided the insight, right, to help you understand like how, right, people like us step into, right, this kind of opportunity and make it very, very real for ourselves. And I just believe if a girl like me, right, can decide to come online, commit to learning skills, commit to making this her new way of life, and to figure things out, right, and build a six-figure-year business, I just believe that anyone that's willing to decide upon the same things, be committed to doing the work, and just simply never give up can make it real for themselves as well. So if you would love to learn more about my business model and even get my mentorship, my help, my guidance, and be able to leverage my expertise to help you in getting a faster start and making money faster, then I invite you to check out my website for all of the details. I'll link it down below in the description. Again, I hope that you're leaving better. If you have not subscribed, right, please subscribe. Would love to continue to share videos with you, right, to help you in making money online. I always just reinforce exactly what I'm sharing in this video because it's never truly in new information. It's really just about deciding to do something with the information that you are given. So my whole purpose is to continue to inspire people and to empower people that they can start a freedom-based business that allows them to begin making the money that they desire so they can begin living more of life now without having to put it off. And this kind of business model, what we have going on within Digital Profits U, right? It helps people be able to set this up for themselves. So I look so forward to seeing you in my next video. And I hope that I get to see you on office hours. And I look forward to celebrating your mini wins and your successes. Take action, go for it, because it's all available to you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.